Hello, loves. Welcome. Welcome to Momentum Monday. This is a morning ritual. This is a practice in waking you up to your intentions, your values, and how you want to live your life. And to wake you up if you're just stumbling out of bed right now in the morning. It is the first Monday of the month, and that is my intention going forward of when I would like to host this event. Typically, this is taking place in a private Facebook group, but I wanted to share it with more people today. I wanted to share it more openly. If we haven't met before, if we're Facebook acquaintances instead of Facebook friends, my name is Andrea Luzon, a legacy liberator. What is a legacy liberator? A legacy liberator is someone who stands for you, someone who supports you in coming home to your true self, the real self inside of you. A lot of us feel that our internal experience does not match our external experience. Like, I know who I am inside, I know what I want, and yet my life isn't matching that. So my journey, the journey I like to take my clients on, is a journey home to your unique love legacy. Your love legacy is your imprint, an imprint that only you have. And it's how you're imprinting on hearts and minds through your words, your deeds, and your presence. So your love legacy is your imprint. And a lot of us understand imprinting externally on others, on our job, on the world, our career, our family. But many of us don't realize that the imprint that we're making here on our heart and on our mind, that is where the love legacy begins. The inner conversation, the inner reawakening, the inner awareness, and then it oozes out of us. It oozes out of us into others, into a vibration, into the world. It is our impact. So your imprint is making an impact. So I'm very proud to be standing for individuals reclaiming that love legacy. I feel that it is hugely impactful for us with ourselves, and then those of us who want to be role models in our career, with our spouse, with our children, friends, etc. So that's what I stand for. So that just tells you a little bit about me. So this Monday morning experience, this is, I used to do this weekly, and I've decided to flex into some other areas. So I am offering this once each month. And today I would love for all of us to take a deep inhale through your nose when you're ready. So inhale, holding for a moment, and then exhaling. And this is where I kind of like to shimmy, like shake my shoulders, stomp one foot and then the other foot, and just allow a little vibration to move through my hips, through my torso, through my shoulders. So that was us blowing out. When you're ready, take another deep inhale, holding for a moment, and then exhale, shake something off, shake something loose, something you've been carrying, just set it down for a little while. And then allow yourself another inhale. And then exhale when you're ready. Letting something go. Beautiful, beautiful. So today is really about the concept of rebirth. A lot of us can tend to feel stuck. Like, since I've done it this way for so long, this is who I really am. This is my truth. And even if it isn't my internal truth, it's my external truth. It's how I've been living. It's how I've been showing up. It's a pattern. I seem stuck in it. So I'm just giving it. So the reminder of the theme today, and it's really a reminder that you can choose to come back to your truth. You can get grounded. You can start fresh. This is really inspired by, when babies are inside the womb, we refer to the curled up position as the fetal position. When your knees are drawn towards your chest, your head is tucked, maybe you even wrap your arms around yourself, or you wrap them around your knees. So I love ending my yoga practice with that fetal position. right, we've done the savasana, which is I'm probably totally not pronouncing that right, but the laying down, the rest, grounding ourselves on the earth. And then before we sit up and namaste out of yoga, we have the option of curling onto your side. A lot of us curl on the right, but curling onto your side and kind of tucking the body and curling up into that fetal position. And for me, I love that reminder. I love that reminder that I am human. And so I might have certain particular interests. I might have behaviors. And what is also true is that I can start fresh. I can start fresh. If I'm feeling out of alignment with my family, with myself, with my employer, with my coworker, friend, family, whomever, I can go to myself and I can have a clearing conversation. I can state the truth or the awareness that I haven't been showing up the way I intended, or I haven't been showing up in my values. And I can clear that with myself by speaking it, by acknowledging it. I can apologize to myself or someone else. I can apologize and I can state how I want to show up, and I can recommit to that, towards that person or towards myself. So that is a starting fresh. That is a allowing yourself to honor your truth, to honor your humanity, and to honor how you want to reconnect with your values, how you want to live your values. So that practice, that clearing conversation practice, that in itself is a rebirth moment. You're stating how you've been showing up, you're clearing that, and then you're declaring your truth and you're recommitting to that truth, to living that way. So today is a little bit about that, just a little bit about that. So I'd love for you to place one hand on your heart and one hand on your stomach and allow yourself to flutter your eyelids closed, or at least lower your gaze. Unless you're driving, don't do that if you're driving. So for those of us not driving, allow your eyelids to flutter closed, or to um, kind of like fuzz out your vision, almost closed. So not focusing on anything specifically. And allow yourself to begin noticing your breath. And I'd love for you to repeat after me. On your next in-breath, I can begin again in any moment. So on your in-breath, say that in your mind or say that out loud. I can begin at any moment. And then inhale, say it again in your mind. And exhale out. Breathing out any part of you that's resisting that truth. There may be some resistance to that. And on your next inhale, when you're ready, the truth inside of me is the truth I live outside of me. So inhaling, the truth inside of me is the truth I live outside of me. And on your next inhale, I can rebirth my life anytime I choose. So breathing in, I can rebirth my life anytime I choose. And exhale out any resistance against that statement. Maybe shimmy, maybe shake it off. Allow your eyelids to flutter open and closed. Really, really allowing yourself to hold that truth inside of you for a moment. So arms down at your sides, a little bit of shimmying the shoulders, shaking the hands. And I would really love to challenge you to press your feet into the ground. If you're in a chair, pressing your feet into the ground and just allowing yourself to bounce a little bit. And sometimes I flex my butt cheeks to flex your gluteus maximus, and you can even do right, left, and it kind of creates this sort of like Shakira shimmy of shoulders, just allowing yourself to like shake. Oh, beautiful. We're going to take that one step further, and I'd love for you to push back your chair or however you want to come to a standing position. Standing position. Interestingly, I just found this stone on the floor that says wealth on it. Beautiful. Amethyst, I believe. So that's interesting. Just wanted to speak that out loud because that's fun. So for just a moment, let's see, I'd love for you to, so we're in a standing position, and I'd love for you to, from the elbows, so lifting your elbows and your hands, and then flailing your hands like you're shaking off water. So all the way from the elbows down to the fingertips. So I'm going to move. So and then allow your knees to bounce as you do this. So straightening your legs, lifting your arms, and then swooshing the water off your fingertips and bouncing your knees. And notice your breath as you do this. Make sure you're inhaling. Beautiful. Outstanding. Okay, and now allow yourself a little bit more bouncing, a little bit more jumping up and down as you do that. Noticing your breath, maybe twisting, a little bit of a twisting motion with your hips, like you're in kindergarten again. Beautiful. Beautiful. So allow yourself to shimmy, maybe rounding your shoulders, a little bit of shimmying, still shaking from the elbows to the hands, right, left, right, left. Allow yourself to just shake a little bit. Beautiful. So hand on heart, hand on tummy. Allow yourself to notice your breath after this movement. Just allowing yourself to get present. If you're still wiggling around or stretching, that's okay too. Perfectly okay. Just noticing the breath, noticing your heartbeat. It might have raised a bit from the bouncing that we explored. And when you're ready, come back to your chair. So that was a bit of our movement for today. And one last thing I'd love to explore with you. So I'm turning my chair sideways, and we're going to experience a bit of cat-cow in a chair. So this is a cat-cow experience. And for those of you who practice yoga, you might know that the cat is the arching of the back and pressing out of the chest and opening the heart. So we're going to lift our chin, lift the nipples, lift the chest, opening the heart while leaning forward, hands flat on thighs. Inhale. And then you're going to round backwards. And actually, I think I have that opposite. It's the cat is the rounding. My apologies. So now we're going to cup our knees and round the back, tucking the chin. And this is like the scared cat. If you've ever seen a cartoon of a scared cat, how its back gets very arched upward or rounded upwards. So we're going to round the back, tuck the chin, and blow out air. And I apologize. The cow is the arching forward. That kind of makes sense with the nipples out. So we're arching, lifting the chin, opening the heart, inhaling. Inhale, hands flat on thighs. Beautiful. Cupping the knees, rounding the back, tucking the chin, exhale. Beautiful. Hands flat on thighs, nipples up, heart open, chin up, inhale. Beautiful. Cupping the knees, leaning back, rounding back, chin tucked, blowing out air. I'm going to angle closer to you. Hands flat on thighs, chest leaning forward, chin up, heart open, breathing in. And then cupping the knees, rounding the back, chin is tucked, blow out. Beautiful. Sit up nice and tall. Allow the air to fully fill your lungs. Really great work. Gorgeous. So when we straighten our spine, especially in a chair, I love to think of knitting my lowest rib down towards my hip points. That is creating alignment in the lower back. And then interestingly, so think of your back nice and straight. If we, instead of the chin up, interestingly, it's slightly down, and that is creating that perfect alignment in the back. So hands resting on the thighs or resting on your chair or on the floor, and maybe you are seated on the floor or maybe you're lying down. That is okay. I would love for you to experience a little bit of being saged. I don't know if you've been saged before, but it's kind of fun. So I'm lighting instead of that, that giant sage piece, I'm lighting just one little piece of sage, just one little piece of white sage. So if you have explored this before, allow yourself to remember the smell, or just to imagine like a gentle, very gentle incense smell, very, very, very light, whatever, whatever kind of scent you like. But if you've been saged, I just think it's really lovely. So allow yourself to pay attention to your breath, calming yourself after these stretches and these movements. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to waft this towards you, towards the camera, up and down the entire front of your body. So allowing yourself to visualize that going up and down your body. And then I come behind you and I waft this all up and down your back. And then oftentimes I have been advised, or I think it's fun, to waft the bottom of each foot. So imagine yourself lifting one foot at a time, showing me the bottom of your foot. And then I'm wafting that smoke around up and down your foot. So this is a clearing. This is a beautiful way to just clear anything stuck, clearing some energy, clearing some ways you've been holding yourself back, bringing that energy to a place of neutral, and then catalyzing you towards the future that you're calling in. What are you calling into your life so far? What are you calling into your life today? So you're being saged. The smoke is moving around you. It's very light. It's very gentle and refreshing. You're feeling more clear. You're feeling more connected to your truth. And this is where I invite you to find a piece of paper or a favorite notebook. So go gather that. Gather something to write on. So I'm turning to a new page in my favorite journal, passing some notes that are making me smile because I am a huge fan of journaling. I find it very therapeutic. So I'm turning to a new page. And I like to write across the top for these gatherings. I like to write Momentum Monday because this is about connecting with your values, your intuition, your intention, and then living it. So this is the momentum, the remembering your why. And hopefully you've heard of Simon Sinek. I love the talks that he's given on companies that know their why, and then they are so much more powerful and so much more, they make such greater change in the world. And so this is for you, the individual. You're coming back to your why and then you're living it. So that is the momentum that I am challenging you to connect with and catalyze today, right now. So you've found something to write on, you found a pen or pencil. Perfect. And I would love for you to write down this question. What truth of mine do I feel surfacing right now? What truth of mine do I feel surfacing right now? And allow yourself to let the truth come from within instead of coming from the mind, or instead of coming from a sense of duty or pressure. I'll ask that question again. What truth of mine do I feel surfacing right now? If we have time, I'll share mine at the end. The next question is, what truth living inside me Do I want to express more than I am right now? What truth living inside me do I want to express more than I am right now? Allow yourself to push pen, push ink into paper, push lead into paper, speaking the truth that wants to come out of you, speaking your truth into reality. And the third question: how can I put this into action? And by when will I do so? How can I put this into action? And by when will I do so? So, this last question, you can allow yourself to be in possibility, to be in the wonder of this truth that I want to express more. What are some ways I can practice it? What are some ways I can shift it from not just being here, but also being an external experience as well as an internal experience? So allow yourself at first to go into possibility and then choose one. Choose one action that can support you in bringing your internal truth to your external truth. And by when will you call yourself forward in that way? So, by when will you do that? Those are the three questions. Those are the three ways that you today can rebirth yourself by aligning your truth, the truth that you're rediscovering, and bringing it into your external experience. So, living your truth. I'd love to know how this lands for you. Just to share a little bit of mine, I wrote, okay, so what truth of mine did I feel coming to the surface at that moment? I wrote, it's all perfect. Perfect timing, perfect journey, even when it hurts. It's all serving me. It's all part of my journey. It's all part of me coming home to my truth and living my best life. Even when it feels bumpy, or even when I'm feeling totally out of alignment and not living my truth, it is still a piece of my journey. And you're exactly where you're meant to be. You are on time. You're perfectly on time. And okay, so all this perfection, right? Which might sound like spiritual bypass to some, but I wrote, and I can rebirth and choose in any moment. So even though we get to surrender and trust the process that we're in, we also have choice. We also have sovereignty. We get to live the life that we want to live. And we get to know that the bumps, the falls, the stumbling, the bliss, the all of it, it's our journey, and judging ourselves for where we are or where we're not is not really, it's not enhancing you living your best life, being in the judgment. So that was what I wrote for the first one. And then the truth living inside me that I feel called to express more than I am right now. So I know this is my truth, and yet how can I express, how can I live from that place? How can I live from the truth? And the truths that I would love to live more are patience, courage, and trust. How can I put these into action, and by when will I do so? That is the question I get to take forward into my day after this recording. How can I put this into action, and by when will I do so? So I get to lean into possibility. Where can I be in the practice of patience? Where can I be leaning out into my life and living my courage? How can I be practicing my courage? And then trusting the process, trusting others, trusting that others have the best intention instead of coming from that place of the wounds that I carry and assuming the worst. So I would love to have to be grounded in my trust and then living and practicing from that place of trust. So I get to look into that third question today. And how can I put these values, how can I put these truths into action in my life so that I am even more grounded because I'm out there practicing my truth, not knowing my truth, but then not acting on it. So it's like we have the divine wisdom, but then how many of us stop the intuition and the wisdom becoming action because of fear or logic or reasoning or self-doubt? How many of us are doing that? I know that I can fall victim to that giving into the logic, the fear, the doubt, instead of trusting my intuition and following the guidance. So not just hearing it, but following it. So that's my invitation to you today. Take these 3 questions forward, move into your day. Let me know how it lands for you. I would love to hear. I am offering this event once each month. This has been Momentum Monday, a morning ritual that guides you to awakening to your intentions and your values, and then living them. My name is Andrea Luzon, Legacy Liberator. I can't wait to see you next time.